Fame might seem like a be-all, end-all goal, but not every celebrity would agree. They know how cutthroat and demanding the world of Hollywood can be, and many decided to pack their bags and leave. Keep watching to learn about the Hollywood celebrities who turned their back on fame and are now living quietly. Gene Hackman. Gene rose to fame with the film Bonnie and Clyde in 1976. His other notable projects included Superman, The French Connection, and Get Shorty. His retirement announcement after completing the film Welcome to Mooseport in 2004 shocked the world. Most fans and tabloids thought his decision to leave at the peak of his career may have had to do with difficulty balancing fame with his family and marriage to Betsy Arakawa, who he married in 1991. But the truth was, it had to do more with his health. He was rushed to the hospital with chest pain in 1990 and had to have a balloon catheter implanted into an artery. His doctors advised him that his heart could give out if he kept up with his stressful lifestyle. He took that advice and started to lay low in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
This video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. After an accident or an injury, you might feel like you're stranded on an uncharted desert isle. Luckily, Morgan & Morgan is prepared to be your legal Gilligan, guiding you through the rough seas of personal injury law. They'll fight harder to make you whole than Rocky fights in the ring. And with Morgan & Morgan in your corner, there's no need for countless visits to law offices or lengthy consultations. You can do everything right from your phone like you're George Jetson. In case of a car accident, your first recourse should be hiring an attorney. But you don't want to hire the Brady Bunch. You want a Perry Mason fighting for your rights. So if you're ever injured in an accident, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. You can submit a claim in 8 clicks or less without having to leave your couch. For more information, go to forthepeople.com or dial #law. That's #529 from your cell phone.
Jack Nicholson. Jack was one of the names that brought viewers into the theater. He spent over 50 years in Hollywood, starred in over 70 films and TV shows, and earned 12 Oscar nominations. His career seemed like it could go on forever, but it stopped when he was 85. He never made an official public retirement announcement, but hasn't appeared in anything since the 2010 film How Do You Know? Reports allege that he may be suffering from dementia or memory loss, but he insisted his brain was sharp in an interview in 2013. He claims he's being pickier about his roles, only wanting to do ones about emotions that move viewers. He spends his time in his mansion in Beverly Hills. His friends rarely see him, but his children do visit. Shelley Duval, another star from the horror hit The Shining, has turned her back on fame. Hers was one of the most strenuous filming processes anyone's gone through, period. It may be part of the reason she left Hollywood behind. She went on Dr. Phil in 2016. She seemed unhinged, claiming there were recording devices in her body and that her Popeye co-star Robin Williams was still alive but had become a shapeshifter. She checked into a mental health facility but left a few days later. Shelley appeared again in January of 2021 to speak with The Hollywood Reporter. The interviewer said she seemed better, but spent most of her time in her car or chatting with locals. She didn't explain why she left Hollywood, other than the fact that the people there wear you out. She began to miss acting in the 20 years she left. She appeared in the 2023 indie horror film The Forest Hills. Mellisa Gilbert. Mellisa was a child star on Little House on the Prairie when she was 10, and she found other roles after. Life began to imitate art, though, once her career ended. She joined her husband, Timothy Busfield, in a cottage in the Catskill Mountains in New York State. It's 14 acres wide, and they bought it for $98,000 in 2018 before renovating it and moving in 2019. She'd had multiple plastic surgery procedures, and in the mountains, she feels free to age gracefully without the pressure to look as young as possible to meet Hollywood standards. The couple raises chickens and grows their food, and she admits the show opened her eyes to what life could be like. Peter Ostrum. Peter was also a major child star. His charming personality was a large part of the enduring legacy of 1971's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He was only 12 when he got the part, but it was his first and last role. He got a 3-film contract but turned it down to pursue his passion for helping animals. Peter practices veterinary medicine in Lowville, New York, and has been for 37 years, with a focus on farm animals. He's also a managing partner with Dairy Health and Management Services. Donnie Dunagan. Few family movies are as beloved as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but Disney's 1942 classic Bambi comes close. The actor who brought the little deer to life has a different opinion. Donnie was discovered when he was only 3. He acted in several other movies as well, including Son of Frankenstein, Tower of London, and Vigil in the Night. Donnie stopped acting after his biggest success and joined the Marine Corps at age 18. He served 3 tours in Vietnam before retiring as a major in 1977. He didn't tell anyone about his former stardom until 25 years later, not even his wife Dana. He now realizes the parallels between him and the character in the ways they were determined and got up even after being shot at. Michael Schoeffling. Michael played Jake Ryan in 1982's teen romance 16 Candles. It wasn't a major success, but became a cult classic that launched him to stardom. He did earn other roles in projects like Vision Quest, Mermaids, Let's Get Harry, and Wild Heart Can't Be Broken. But no one's seen him in public since the 90s. Michael chose an entirely different career path. He owns a furniture-making business in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. He has 2 children, Scarlett and Zane, with his wife, Valerie C. Robinson. Bridget Fonda. Bridget had fame in her blood as part of the famous Fonda family. She began her career at age 4 in 1969's Easy Rider. She reappeared in 1992's Single White Female. That landed her a part in an even better film, 1997's Jackie Brown. Acclaim and awards kept coming. That was until 2003 when she suddenly decided to stop acting. Bridget got in a serious car accident and fractured 2 thoracic vertebrae. After she recovered, she decided to retire to focus on starting a family with her husband, Danny Elfman. They welcomed a son named Oliver 2 years later. Sources say they live on a ranch in California. Dolores Hart. Dolores debuted in 1957's Loving You. She had the distinction of being Elvis Presley's love interest. It made her one of the biggest names of the 60s. She earned parts in Wild is the Wild King, King Creole, and Where the Boys Are. She also was on Broadway in several shows. But at one point, she visited a Christian community in Connecticut and had a spiritual awakening of her own. She's now 84 years old and a Catholic nun. She released a memoir in 2013 called The Ear of the Heart, an actress's journey from Hollywood to Holy Vow. Greta Garbo. Greta led up the Swedish film scene in 1924's The Saga of Gösta Berling. MGM encouraged her to move to Hollywood a year after that. She became an international star, earned 3 Oscar nominations, and starred in 28 movies over 15 years. Her meteoric rise crashed down when she retired in 1941 at age 36. She was growing tired of the pressure Hollywood put on her and homesick for Sweden. Greta then moved to New York and became an art collector. She never got married or had any children. Greta Garbo died of pneumonia and renal failure at age 84 on April 15, 1990. Erin Moran. Erin earned a role on the hit TV show Happy Days when she was only 13. It launched her to stardom with roles on The Love Boat, Murder, She Wrote, and Galaxy of Terror. But that success didn't make her life perfect. She suffered from depression after it ended and left Los Angeles to live in the mountains of California. Her house was foreclosed on in 2010, and she had to move into her mother-in-law's trailer home in Indiana. She turned to drugs, alcohol, and partying to ease her pain. By 2012, she was reportedly living in a motel room. Erin Moran died of throat cancer at age 56 on April 22, 2017. Now it's time to hear from you. Who is your favorite among all of these actors and actresses? Let us know in the comments section below.